Welcome back, everyone. We're so excited to be here in Honolulu, Hawaii today. And we are talking with Dr. Zhou, who is from the University of Hawaii and in the political science department. So right up the alley of what it is that we're trying to talk about. And if you could, tell us a little bit about your background and your research.
My background is this. I originally came from China, and I experienced the Cultural Revolution. So I was a former terrorist because when I was young, I want to, have a bomb in my body so I can blow the enemy of the state and then preventing the revolution from being attacked by the American imperialists. When I was young. And then I waking up when I was 13 and then realized that what I can do to reduce the power of the strong totalitarian government in China. So I came to this country in 1986. First, I was in Texas A&M. I got my master's degree in sociology. And then I went to Princeton University. I got my PhD there. I'm very grateful to this great nation. And this great nation is very attractive to me. I really attracted to the American Constitution, which provide rights for people. And then my understanding of American Constitution is to make sure that we watch out so that government will not, like the Chinese Communist Party, to destroy people's life and abuse human rights, so that people become the watch eye of the government. So that's why I'm really attracted to this. So my research area mostly about comparing Soviet Union and China, and then both the system of planned economy and how that damaged the human rights, and then with the connection of the world economy, China nowadays, in what way they weaken the government, in what way also strengthen government. For example, government can use modern technology to watch out. So China has more cameras to watch out ordinary people than the whole world combined together. So that's not good.
No.
So I'm very happy. So we have this new candidate, and to give some kind of solution to problems. So my research is mostly comparative politics. I focus on region change and transition economy, like China and the Soviet Union, former Soviet Union, and now Russia. And I think that we need new faces and people interested. I think government, American people is looking out for people, have more new voices, and I do think there's a problem on both parties, but I think Democratic Party has more issues. For example, they do not focusing on problem solving, like solutions to real problem, instead of the talking about Donald Trump every day. Okay, that's Donald Trump. So what? 4 more years. Just if he was elected 4 more years, and then what's next? Okay, so you have to give us solutions. We need people. We have problem with Donald Trump, many issues. Okay, what are the programs you're going to produce so that we can voice on the mistakes that Donald Trump make? And I do not see. For me, I watch the debate, and to be honest, I'm disappointed all the existing ones. So I think it'd be great. Even though I'm not a Democratic Party person, I'm more independent. But I think that we are ready. The country is ready for some fresh voices. So I'll be happy to support you. Have my people here. I'm very surprised to see that the traditional Democratic Party is closing door on new people like you. That surprised me. So I don't like that.
Well, the system is set up for really fundraising goals, right? So if you want to be on stage, you have to meet a fundraising mark, and it has to be spread across the states. If I spent all my time fundraising, I would spend no time finding solutions.
That's
I would
right.
spend no time talking with people. And so I made the decision to focus on the people, not the money, but it comes at a cost. And the system is not set up to support that, which is an interesting barrier that you have to pay to be on stage.
Okay, you can do it, but it's very bold. First of all, I think I congratulate you doing that. It's not easy.
No,
You're the first person I
very
know.
tired.
You're the first person I know doing this and talking to people directly. Maybe someone will discover you, and one person, you just need one or two major donors that
That's correct.
someone will, maybe is looking for. So people like you, I don't know.
I'd like to think that people are looking for solutions. I can tell you from my studies across the country and talking to people, that's what I hear all the time. When you talk to consultants, what they tell you, just tell people what they want to hear, just lie to them, they don't understand. I have not found Americans that don't understand. They may be busy, but Americans are not stupid, and they know when they're being lied to. They may not know what the solution is, they may not know what the right department is,
Yes.
but they know it isn't right. So yeah, I think we have way underestimated the knowledge or willingness and how much Americans care about getting this right. And they're very concerned about China and Russia. And so as you talk about the cameras, once they can infiltrate our country and get to our cameras, every camera, they don't have to come put cameras in.
Right now is the 5G technology. They have it.
Yep.
In our major company, they have it. It's damaging things. Right now, for example, in China, any hotel I dare not to stay. I stay at people. I pay individual people to stay there because I think camera is on me. I don't want to be.
Right.
I take to wash the shower or something. I don't anything. I don't want. I just don't want that. I think that, yeah, your husband is doing national security. That's very important area.
Cybersecurity is going to be a big issue. Yes.
Issue, and how can we, guarantee their freedom,
Right.
and then to have put this into a very important priority. So keep our freedom and rights. That's very nice. That's a good area to focus on.
It's an important area, and one where we have to, it's all the layers, like you said, right? We have to start by educating our young people into cyber security. We have to educate all of our people to recognize someone's trying to get into your space. So there's a lot of layers. Today we were talking a little bit about with a small business who does cybersecurity, and how all the small businesses don't realize that they are creating open spaces for large corporations to be infiltrated. And so everybody having security matters, whether you can afford it or not. It becomes a national important issue. And we haven't fully bought into that yet, but it's coming.
Yes.
So question, as you have all this experience, but also this formal education and research in how the Chinese and the Russian governments are interacting with ours. What are some of your key observations that most people don't probably think about?
I think right now is that I do think that the elite, both in China and the Soviet Union, now the Russian, they are in collaboration with our big business people and our government officials, like, for example, the full vice president and his son is very much involved in China cyberspace technology people, and he was involved with financial. So I think he's out. He's definitely out. So that's why I think you are very smart to get in, because definitely he's out. To be honest with you, he's the only one I think makes some sense to me. But the more I read, every day people from China telling me that,
How involved he is.
Not he.
Oh.
His son.
Oh.
Multi-billion dollars.
When you get into the big money, you become global. When you get into global, you start working with China, and we've had this issue
I
with
feel
some
I'm
of
not
our
safe
American.
if he become our president, because his son is so much involved with Chinese company, take money from them, that we will compromise our security. I do think so.
and General Dunford has been talking about this as well, right? So he's actually he just retired, just literally a couple days ago. But what he was saying is there are certain companies in our country who will not work with the American Defense Department, large companies, tech companies, because they're concerned how their technology would be used. However, they're doing quite a bit of business with China.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't understand, and his statement was, I'm paraphrasing, but essentially, if you're doing business with Chinese people, you are doing business with their defense department, because
Exactly.
all information is shared.
Because, you have to. As long as you can have big government, so you want to die your company, or you collaborate with us.
Right.
You collaborate with us, we give you fundings, we help you out, we buy technology from you. So who is going to return the money, right? Otherwise, manufacturer will be closing down.
Right.
So that,
Right.
you're right. So that's a good area you can really get into.
There's a lot. Well, I served in NATO, so I dealt with all of these
You
different
served in
nations.
NATO,
Yeah, I was
that's
the U.S.
yeah.
delegate for education and training over at NATO. So I worked with the other 27 nations, and we spent a fair amount of time talking about what's happening in the social control space. And as a psychologist, that makes me the expert in the room. So I once got invited to a meeting. They wanted me to come. They call it media literacy. But really what it is how to create social control through essentially manipulation over the media. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, give me the agenda and I'll let you know if we can participate. And it was run by the Russians. So I said, there's no way the Pentagon's going to say yes to this. But you can see how quickly people get into these positions and how easy it is to get into global work. So to bring it home to Hawaii, the TMT, the 30-meter telescope, China and India are huge investors in that. And that's coming right here.